Almost 40 years ago, I was one of 8 Marines trapped in the fiery wreckage of a bombed personnel carrier. The enemy set off a bomb as the Amtrak rolled over it. The explosion ruptured the fuel tanks, sending a wall of flame roaring through the carrier. We lived because we were pulled from the wreckage by our comrades. They rolled me in the rice paddy water to put out the flames. I was horribly burned, over 40% of my body. And as we waited for the helicopter, for the medevac to come for us, I looked up to the sky and I asked myself, what am I doing here so far from home? My home in Del Rio, Texas was a world away, and I had no idea of what would become of my life, a life that was forever changed. That I'm here to tell you, I'm here on this very momentous day because others looked out for me. I'm here because my comrades refused to leave their wounded behind. That also I'm here because others cared enough to make a difference in my life. And I say unto you, you too are here because you care enough to make a difference. You are here to help build better lives for disabled veterans and their families. And I'm here as living proof that it works.
And I say on the virtual march that whether it's a virtual march or an action in-person march like is done in years past, the purpose of a march is to create awareness. And I think in our society, being able to do it in a virtual sense becomes critical. However, I think that we all need to get involved, not only the membership of the disabled American veterans, not only the veterans of our country, but our entire population. We need to make our congressmen aware of the critical issues that face them. We need to make them aware of the funding that's needed to implement the programs, to maintain the programs. We need to make them aware, like I said, about the length of time that they're going to be using. And a march is the ideal time. I ask that I beg that you contact our congressman, your congressman, that you make them aware that they're fully in tune with the needs of our returning veterans. And this approach, going with the virtual march, is something that has been done in the past. Again, maybe not virtually, but in action. And I ask that you take that next step. Thanks for joining us in the march. That the next step is ensuring that our congressmen hear what we have to say.